something that we're talking about today, but for a long time we've had a very generous funding of the corporate sector towards several social causes. They have done it on their own, and that funding we are trying to formalize through this process of corporate social funding. I was just looking into the statistics of what funding this sector received from the corporates. You may need to open your purses and your hearts more. If you really feel that you want to do something for the sector, if you really want to treat the sector with the respect that it deserves, and if you feel that you want to do something, then do it well. Do a good job of whatever you're trying to do. Giving a very small portion of your corporate funds for a sector as vast as this, for a sector as deserving as this, and for a sector which can repay in vast numbers for a very small share that you will provide. I do think that all corporates who are here today should be able to open up and should be able to look into the needs of the sector. Do not do it with the idea that you're showing sympathy. The sector does not need sympathy. The sector needs support. The sector needs support to make them live a respectable and a dignified life. I am sure that most of the corporate heads have travelled abroad. You go to Europe, you go to some of the other Asian countries, barring maybe Bangladesh or these other countries. Do you actually see the disabled having a difficulty in their movement in public areas or at home? You do not. Because they all have accessibility to various aids and appliances. Whether the cost is less, I do not know. I actually don't know the comparison of the costs. But they seem to have the best of the aids and appliances, and really do not see them struggling for want of adequate aids and appliances. All we are asking of the corporate sector today, understand the need. Help people to live a life with dignity and respect, irrespective of what income class they come from. It could be the rich, it could be the poor. Some rich may not even know what is the good aid or appliance to be given so that they could help their child or they could help some family member who suddenly been in an accident. Imagine today you're all fine, you're walking around, you're seeing everything, then you have one of those ghastly accidents, and next what happens? What happens to you? What happens to the family? What happens to a poor person who's actually able, is very intelligent, able to understand everything, but who has a locomotor disability, is not able to move around? So we would like to make them equal citizens of the country. When we talk of equal opportunities, this is a way of providing an equal opportunity to everybody. A simple aid will give them an equal opportunity. Open up your hearts and open up your minds. 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs, is this what you are wanting to give? Is this what we are looking for? And is this what we have all gathered here for? Certainly not. You should be able to fund the sector in crores because you do have that capacity. While we want infrastructure in the country, while we want several other things, we do not want any human being to live a life without dignity and respect. That is the core of this entire concern. That is the core of looking at support from the corporate sector to enable these people who are either genetically have a problem or who have acquired this by way of some very unfortunate event in life. Imagine if you were to close your eyes and suddenly see a world of darkness around you. Imagine if you were to close your ears and not hear anything. And imagine then at that time if somebody would come and give you a very small device which would enable you to hear and see the entire world around you. What a difference it would make. So put yourself sometimes in the lives of such people, open up your hearts, and I would urge you that with or without Alimco support, corporate should come forward and not at just large metro areas. We should go beyond the cities, get into the tehsil level, get into the sub-tehsil level, hold these camps, call people to the camps, sensitize them, and get into a continuous giving. Give them, give it to them, give it from your heart. And giving it once does not help, because I believe these appliances are not permanent. They would require a replacement. So how do we help people with a replacement? So holding a camp once in a year in one particular place, it is good. But then we need to go far beyond that. Camps need to be held on a quarterly basis, and where replacement is required, we need to replace. We need to replace with the best that is there. We cannot give anything which is substandard just because a cheaper item we can give in larger numbers. We need to give the best, and we need to give a continuous replacement. The maintenance of this skill training of people as to how to be able to adequately maintain the aids and appliances which are given to them is also very important. I'm sure somebody would be able to get into this area. Another aspect which I was discussing with the department the other day was about labor laws. It is outside of CSR, but since several of you are here who've spent a lot of time in the sector and who understand the sector, my concern was for the labor laws, and today our labor laws are common across, whoever it may be, however it may be. So therefore, should we have a different set of labor laws for those who are differently enabled to be able to understand their difficulties at the workplaces? And should we look at a different, what is the minimum wages? How do you understand a minimum wages as given to a differently enabled person working in the software sector, or working, a blind working in some other sector? How do we do it? So therefore, any of you have any ideas, suggestions on this aspect of the labor laws that we have in the state, we look forward to your suggestions to this as to what we can do better to help the differently abled people get, it's not a nice word, to get a better deal in the workplaces, whether in the government or in the private sector. Even in the government, we have a uniform code for everybody, so also in the private sector. So therefore, if any of you have any suggestions, we would be very glad to receive these suggestions. Now, aids and appliances, it's very good for those who are physically disabled. How do we help those who have a mental disability? What are the type of aids and appliances that we can give them? Those who are marginally disabled, especially those who are dyslexic. I have personal experience because I have a niece who was dyslexic, and it took us a lot of time to even understand why she was not able to do well in her maths, and because she just couldn't comprehend numbers. The first thing that we say is not paying attention, you're not concentrating. So only after a long time, and thanks to Amir Khan and his movie, so many of us actually understood what torture the poor child must be going through. And then later on we had to shift schools and then try for a school which did not have maths at +2 as part of the course curriculum. Fortunately, some of the CBSE subjects have that. Otherwise, you cannot cross +2 without maths. It becomes a very integral part of the curriculum per se. And then afterwards, she's excellent in fine arts, all that, whatever. So how do we help these dyslexic children? How can teachers in schools, a normal, regular school, be able to identify a dyslexic child and give them better attention? Is there some other tool by which we could help? Because they're very marginal. It's not that you need a different school for them or you need a different type of coaching. It's just that you help them out and move them out of those subjects which they can't comprehend, move elsewhere. How can a dyslexic child be good in any software? Several of you are with a software background. How do we help them out? How about others who are on the margin of a mental disability. Dyslexia is one thing, I know, there may be others. So what is it that we can do to help them out? Do we have adequate research in this field? Would corporates like to fund research in this field as to what is it they want and what is it that we can give them to enable them to move forward in life and get self-employed or employed elsewhere? So these are a few of my thoughts. The sector is vast and only now it seems to have caught on public attention. Merely distributing of aids and appliances is just the fringe of what we are touching in the issues in the sector, and we need to go far, far beyond that and able to produce those aids and appliances at a relatively low cost which everybody can take. I have come across parents who don't even know where to go and what sort of appliance to give. You have hearing aids by the dozen which are advertised. How does a parent know which is the best hearing aid they need to take for their child? Because hearing disabilities will be many types. So how do they know what is it? We actually have not been able to guide parents and even sometimes schools. Now children sitting in the last bench, sometimes they fall back because they can't hear. And the fact that they are not able to hear, they don't even realize till a later date. They come back saying that the teacher was speaking very softly. Visual problems for the child, only much later when they're screwing up their eyes or then eyes start watering. That is, visual of course is very easy to handle of late. Hearing impairment of a child at school, so sensitization of the teachers across private schools and government schools is extremely important. I look to the corporate sector to move from school to school within your areas, sensitize teachers to be able to identify the problems at an early age, train the child, provide them with the necessary aids, because we do not want children to fall back in their education. It affects them psychologically to a large extent. All of your parents, you know about that. I don't have to say much more on that. So we look forward to a much more active participation from the corporate sector and a participation which comes from your heart and soul. Open up your purse strings and support Alemco in this regard. We would be very happy if there are others also who could manufacture these aids and appliances, because what we are able to cater to the need is a very small percentage of the total requirement. We do need many others to participate in the manufacturing process to cater to the needs and requirements. So partnership with Alemco is important. Partnering with anybody else to cater to the needs of the sector is also equally important. And I look forward to your renewed participation with a lot of vigor and enthusiasm. Don't do it because you have to do it. Do it because you want to do it. That will make a difference. Thank you.